Hi, this is Kelly, and I'm hiking to one of my favorite glaciers. And right in front of me is a moulin that goes straight down through the glacier. Sometimes they can be over 1,000 feet deep. We'll see how deep this one is. Whew, it's hard to say, but I wouldn't want to go down there. So glaciers are a moving river of ice. This glacier, Mendenhall Glacier, moves a couple of inches advancing forward per day, but it's actually retreating faster than it's advancing. And the glacier is fed by the Juneau ice field, which is behind. It's a 110-mile long ice field, and that ice field is fed by southeast coastal Alaska weather patterns. Our steep coastal mountains start at sea level and rise very straight up, and that causes the moisture to condense and rise that comes in from the sea as it hits the land mass, and it rises in the form of fog and low-lying clouds on the coastal side of the coastal mountain range in southeast Alaska. And on the inland side of the coastal mountain range, on the other side of that Juneau ice field, that condensed moisture creates a weather pattern which includes a lot of snowfall. On the coastal side of the coastal mountain range, we get up to 100 inches of snow annually at sea level. And on the interior side of the coastal mountain range, they get up to 100 feet of snow annually. So every year, more and more snow. And up there, there's no clouds insulating the coastal mountain range on the interior side. So therefore that snow does not melt, also due to the elevation. And every year that 100 feet of snow adds to the 100 feet of snow below it. And it compresses and compresses and compresses and eventually forms into ice. And that ice continues to compress, even compressing the air bubbles inside of the ice, makes it very dense, and that ice eventually has to go somewhere. Gravity's going to force it downward. It's going to create a path of least resistance through a rocky material that it can move, forming a glacial valley. And that river of ice is going to flow downward as gravity is forcing it, and it's being piled on top of it by the 100 feet of snow from the next year's snowfall. So it's going to continue on a downward momentum, which is considered advancing. However, in the case of the Mendenhall Glacier, as it was advancing, it actually carved out a glacial lake, or really a fjord. If it were longer in a channel, it would be considered a fjord. But in this case, it's just a lake. So this Mendenhall Lake was once full of ice as the Mendenhall Glacier was advancing during the Wisconsin Ice Age period. And eventually, it reached its farthest advance and began to retreat. And as it retreated to the location of the present Mendenhall Lake, it actually formed the lake. And that was from runoff from the glacier, rain from the local weather, and the glacial melt. So as the glacier retreated, the Mendenhall Lake was formed, and that lake has vastly increased the rate at which the Mendenhall Glacier currently recedes, because as the Mendenhall Glacier is flowing forward, we're advancing, and it hits the current lake location, it actually becomes more buoyant at the face or the terminus of the glacier. Water makes objects buoyant. So as that advancing glacier hits the edge of the Mendenhall Lake, that water makes the ice more buoyant, which creates calvings of icebergs, which creates a glacier that's receding quicker than it's advancing. However, the good news for the Mendenhall Glacier is it's partially at the edge of the far edge of the Mendenhall Lake, and soon it will all be at the edge of the Mendenhall Lake, which means it will slow down in its recession, and at that point it'll simply be receding slowly due to the local warm weather in the summertime. So now I'm going to head into the Mendenhall Glacier, into one of my favorite ice caves. And this is what I refer to as my backyard glacier. Pretty spoiled to live here. It's an amazing place to live and explore, and it's always changing. The glacier is always moving, and everything is different every time you come here. So it's a living environment. So I hope you enjoy this wild ride at the Mendenhall Ice Cave. Woohoo! Got my Basque shoes on for my crazy lifestyle that I live. And now I'm going to head into the ice cave at the Mendenhall Glacier. Wow, so beautiful in here. Hopefully you can see. So nature awaits you. What are you waiting for? Get outdoors and check this kind of stuff out. Woo! It's beautiful down here. Yahoo! This is how I love to live my life. Got this place all to myself. Yeah, baby. Isn't this awesome? I hope you can see this. I love this place. So I'm walking on a river of ice right now. And that's where I'm headed, down to the Moulin. So I'm going to let you go for now while I go check it out.